So, this is the lounge.
Which seems there is notes for telling the truth. Getting back here was easy enough.
That means we could all go visit the infirmary too.
Or the crew quarters. Hey Grandpa, check this out. It's some of your favorite scotch. Oh ho. Tempting, but I don't really think now's the time. Oh, hold on. Grandpa? Since when were they buddies? Or had they always been that close? In other words, they'd known each other before the Donori games, and if Quark was calling Tenmyoji Grandpa, maybe they're even related. Alice and Clover seem to be close too. Just how many of these people knew each other already? Let's go, buddy. As soon as we get out of here, I can drink all the scotch I want. And you can drink all the root beer floats you can stomach.
Whoa.
What? You're gonna get me a root beer float? But... Are you sure? Do you have enough money?
For a root beer float?
Oh, ye of little faith.
It can't be that expensive.
I found an old factory full of rare earth metals the other day.
What? Just casually going into factories and stealing all the copper piping?
The rare earth metals.
No! Just buy a root beer float. Ugh. I like root beer, but I like, not to be like a bad guy, but I like homemade root beer. Like I don't like the store bought.
I mean, I like both. Homemade's better, but...
Yeah. Well, it has corn. If there's a cornless root beer, I would love to have it. I would love root beer floats.
What
So
what
good.
about root beer oops all corn?
Oops, all corn. I would
It's
die.
just corn.
Literally,
It's just liquid corn.
it would
carbonated.
kill me. Also, that's just called corn syrup. Carbonated corn syrup sounds disgusting.
Says the person who can't drink corn.
Who likes carbonated corn syrup?
Nobody's tried it. I think I have $1 million idea
Yo.
here.
Yo, you should add a challenge reward points, a channel reward point.
Where am I gonna get carbonated corn syrup?
Chad, we'll get one of those carbonated machines that carbonate anything.
Just get like a thing of corn syrup.
Yeah, and then we can buy corn syrup. We can buy it at the stores.
I don't think I can have that with my liver.
I'll have it, and then you'll watch me die on stream. I'll do it. I'll do it.
For a
100,000
$10
points.
donation, you can watch Inheritance die on stream.
Not $10. I didn't say that. We have to buy.
Okay,
the
$5.
machine that carbonates everything.
Anyways,
Well, no, he would be like, yawn. Oh, are you finally done? You were taking so long, I hopped off for a little nap.
oh, for yawning, really? You're just a computer program. You don't get tired.
Hey, B.O. My temper's got a hair trigger, and you're awfully close to pulling it. So I'd watch my mouth if I were you. Otherwise, well, do you really need me to spell it out?
Forget it.
That's what I thought. Oh, sorry. That's a good boy. Alrighty. Let's get back to what we were talking about earlier. Namely, how do you get more BP?
You go into the AB rooms, right? Look. You've got some keys for them right here. Kay and Quark have 2 each, so they got 6 altogether.
But who goes into what room? It doesn't really matter. Anybody can go in any room. But there's only 6 rooms. Didn't I tell you? The 2 members of a pair share the same destiny.
And you mean both members of pair need to go into the same room?
Yes, yes, yes.
What do we do after we go into the room?
Play a game. Just like it says on the door. You play the Ambidex game.
Wait. What's ambidex supposed to mean anyway? I would guess it's short for ambidextrous. Most use the word to refer to the ability to use both of one's hands instead of favoring the left or right, but it can also be taken to mean someone who is duplicitous or two-faced. It's a game of betrayal, then.
Well, yes, I guess you could put it that way.
And what's the nonary game?
Ah, that refers to the whole enchilada.
Hmm.
The Nonary game is a game where you try to open the number 9 door and escape. The Ambidex game is just a mini game you play as part of the larger one. Make sense?
Like hell. This shit is confusing.
Is it? Or is it that you're just a few carrots short of a bushel? What do you think, B.O.?
You arrogant little bastard.
Well, that's just how I am. So you better get used to it. Now, could I have you all move to the AB room, please? I'll give you more specifics once you're inside. I think it'll probably be easier to understand that way.
Okay, Quark and myself each gave one card to Luna, Alice, and Tenmyoji. Then we headed into the AB rooms. There wasn't really any discussion of who'd go into which door, and Fly and I found ourselves heading into the leftmost room. Looks like everybody else has gone in already. Think we should head in too?
Why are you asking me? Just hurry up and get in there.
Okay. An Ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
That's a long time.
What? This game's got a time limit too?
Ooh,
What?
who's
What?
that?
What? What the hell? Who is this?
Why shouldn't that? Isn't that room? Isn't that the room that you were in?
No, that was the room that
Sigma and Clover were in.
War Sigma.
No, K. K and
Oh.
Clover.
Who the hell is that?
Oh, I don't. Do I have to?
You're Fi.
She would. Ugh. Why have you done this to me? Fuck if I know. Ugh. Look, it doesn't matter who she is. Just get everybody over here.
Yeah, right. Hey, guys, get over here. We found someone. There's a lady over here. She's unconscious.
I had an out with the mountain, but
They didn't wait for a
Yeah,
response,
fine.
just turned around and followed Fi into the room. We knelt down next to the woman and turned her over as gently as we could manage. All that greeted us was ketchup.
Ketchup.
She's covered in ketchup. Leaned down to listen at her mouth. Nothing, no breathing.
My hot dog.
With shaking hands, I felt against her neck for a pulse. I don't want to know about her hot dog. No movement, just cold skin.
My enchiladas.
I'm not sure if that's any better.
I eat.
What the
My
hell were you
enchiladas with
yelling? What's going on here? Is she? Quark, don't look. Somebody get Quark out of here.
Okay. Come on, Quark.
Then she's... Yeah. She's not breathing, and I can't find a pulse. Her body's already cold. So I'm guessing she was murdered a while ago.
Murdered?
Does this look like an accident or a suicide to you?
It looks like she was stabbed. See a weapon around here, though. That means either the killer took it with them, or it was part of them. Part of them? As she smiles. Well, if someone was strong enough, and they had metal hands, they'd be able to stab someone in the heart.
What are you suggesting?
It's just a joke. Don't take it so seriously. Whatever. If we examine the wound, we'll probably get a better idea what the weapon was. Let's get her to the infirmary. She might be old, but she's still a woman. If we're going to do an autopsy, she should have had some privacy. Come on, boys, let's go.
DOK and I gingerly lifted the woman up and carried her to the infirmary. Perhaps he just didn't consider himself one of the boys, or maybe it was something else. But whatever the reason, Tenmyoji only stared. His whole body was rigid, like a rope pulled almost to its breaking point, but it was his eyes that caught my attention. He wasn't staring at us, not quite. It was more like he was staring toward us, a smoldering spark of something burning silently behind his gaze. It wasn't until we were almost to the infirmary that I realized Tenmyoji hadn't spoken a single word since the moment we found the body. I turned to look back at him. He was following us at a distance, his breathing heavy and labored, his movements slow and shuffling, as if his body was suddenly made of lead.
Infirmary. Infirmary.
The old woman's body was surprisingly light. Carrying her felt almost like carrying an old, dry piece of wood. We set her down carefully in the infirmary bed, and as if we were afraid she might break. She looked so peaceful, almost like she's just going to wake up any minute now.
Maybe she didn't suffer much when she died.
Let's hope so.
Anyway, I feel a little bad about doing this, but I examine her.
You mean like an autopsy or something?
I'm just gonna have to look at the wound. If you had a coroner, that'd be a different story, but... What? I have a medical license.
You're a nurse?
No.
You're a doctor?
Well, I'm not exactly a coroner. Interesting. I guess you really can't judge a book by its cover, can you? Sorry. You don't need to apologize. Are you really going to perform an autopsy? Oh, I won't really be doing it. I think that machine over there is a medical scanner. It's called an ATOM. It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people.
Yes, I remember. Oh yeah? Just how the hell do you remember that? Because Alice, Clover, and I examined this entire room. So you think you can use it to perform some kind of autopsy?
Yes. I think I should be able to manage that. Beep.
Luna ran to the scanner over the body, then turned back to the terminal. The display filled up with text, most of it rather technical. Sex, female, estimated age 65 to 75 years, diagnosis, deceased, cause of death, exsanguination, estimate time of death 3 to 4 hours, damage trajectory, weapon entered through fourth intercostal, piercing heart, wound characteristics, wound margin, clean, continuous, wound angles, 1 sharp, 1 blunt, wound cavity, 150 millimeters, wound length, 30 millimeters, wound width, 3 millimeters. Conclusion, based on these characteristics described above, there's a 95% chance the wound was caused by a sharp, single-bladed instrument. Huh. Yeah, I don't really get it. What's it mean by instrument? She stabbed with a clarinet or something.
It means a tool of some sort. A knife, probably? In other words, she was stabbed in the heart, right? Yes.
Well, I suppose that clears me of suspicion.
Sorry, but no.
Why? Please don't tell me you think my hand can somehow turn into a knife.
I told you that was a joke.
Then why am I still a suspect?
found the old lady in one of the AB, specifically the one farthest from the left. Before we went in there, only 2 other people had been in that room. You and Clover. Only one of you was conscious.
Vi, please stop joking around. I assure you, there was no one else in that room besides Clover when I woke up. She must have been put there later. But the door was locked, right? I don't think anyone could have gotten in without the key. Perhaps, but there was a hatch on the ceiling, remember?
Yes, there was. But Zero said he'd locked all the hatches.
Well, if he was telling the truth, nobody could have gotten in there after you 2 left. Which means... You fucking bastard! Why'd you kill her, Kay? I knew it. You're him, aren't you? You're the real Zero. Wait a minute, please. Just calm down. You aren't making sense. Let's suppose I am Zero. Why would I do something like that? Would obviously cast suspicion on me. Oh, well... Because he figured we'd think that. He would throw us off the trail by doing the exact opposite. It's not a logical argument. Still, you do have at least half a point. Your argument doesn't confirm my guilt, but it does show us where we should be looking, the real Zero. The person who brought us here is likely the person who murdered that woman. Doesn't that seem like the most reasonable answer?
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. If Zero was the murderer, then they could open anything they wanted to. It means Zero didn't say something. Didn't Zero say something about that? I live in the master computer. And that means all the electronic doors in this whole Oborin are under my control.
Exactly. Also, consider this. If the murderer isn't Zero, why would the AI Zero stay silent? He told us that his job was to make sure the game ran smoothly. But now the unexpected has happened, and he says nothing. Why would he do that? If he can see everything, we do. Then he must know who killed the old woman. So why has he kept his silence? The answer is simple. The murderer is Zero, or rather Zero Senior, I suppose you could say. He likely ordered Zero Junior, the AI, to keep his identity hidden. If Zero Junior told us about the murder, then Zero Senior's identity would be compromised. There is something else to consider as well. Perhaps this murder was not unexpected. Zero Senior murdered her. Just as planned, death is only another part of the game. Killing someone is just part of a game to him? Well, there's no way to know for sure, but I would assume so. "10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally." Whoa, what was that?
I don't know. Well, one thing's for sure.
And that is...
If you don't go vote, something bad's gonna happen.
You see? Just as I said, Zero Junior ensures the game continues even though someone has died. All of this is part of Zero Senior's plan.
Let's get back to the warehouse. If we all head to the AB rooms, maybe we'll see Zero Junior. After all, he told us he'd give us specifics once we'd gone in.
I guess we might as well just do the Ambidextrous game and then the AB game and then end it.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush. I appreciate y'all being patient with me.
No worries. I didn't talk about why you stepped away. I figured that's personal.
No, it's fine.
I just said family.
Yeah, I take care of my
Emergency.
dad, and
Yeah.
he needed my help.
We're really going in there. I kinda don't want to. I mean, there was a dead lady in there just a few minutes ago. Huh? Wait. Vi, where'd you go?
Up here.
Up? Whoa. What the hell is she doing? You must be really desperate to get high.
Seriously? That's the best you can do? I was expecting something about how I jump at the first sign of trouble.
Whatever. What are you up to here anyway? Everybody's already gone into the AB rooms.
Yeah, well, there's something I want to check out.
And that is?
This thing. Remember it?
The hatch?
Try opening it.
No luck. Won't budge.
And that means this AB room is locked down tight. No one could get in.
You're talking about whoever killed that old lady, aren't you?
Yeah.
Still think it's Kay, huh? Well, like Clover said, if Zero Senior is the killer, then it wouldn't matter if we could open this hatch or not.
I know. I just wanted to be sure.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Go in and vote! Let's go. I imagine Algernon's waiting for...
He's a rabbit.
What is that? I don't even... I get the reference.
I don't know who Algernon is.
Flowers for Algernon. It's a story about a guy who is who is not very smart, to say it in correct terminology nowadays, but you can imply, you can surely figure out what they meant. He's given like a miracle drug that increases his IQ to be like a super genius level, and then he has like essentially an existential crisis because they're cut him off of the medication. He's like, what is life? Essentially,
What is life? Baby,
it's a
don't
weird. Yeah, maybe don't hurt me
Okay.
mentally. But yeah, it's a weird existential thready story. It makes me very uncomfortable to think about.
Okay.
Look, there's something on the screen.
Yeah, you're right. To your
The
vote.
Ambidex game will now begin. To enter your vote, please touch the start button on your screen. Once you have entered your vote, the door will lock automatically. It will not open again until the polling period has finished. Start. Kapah!
Well, looks like there's no going back now.
Astute observation. Oh. Hooray! Everybody's finally here. I've been waiting.
So have we. Got some questions for you, Zero. Who is that old... what?
Ah! Will all of you please stop bombarding me with questions?
All?
The other people in the other rooms are asking stuff just like you are, Sicky. I guess you probably can't hear them since these rooms are completely soundproof, but BO is especially loud. For real, BO, I need you to shut up. There isn't much time. I've got to hurry and explain all this stuff or the game will end before I'm done. So, no more questions. From now on, no answers for anybody, okay? You'll just have to wait. Now, let's get this party started. Let me tell you about the AB game. Since it's a game, you're obviously gonna have an opponent. But it's not like this is a battle royale where you just fight everybody. They anticipated the boom of battle royale style games.
Battle Royale style nonary game.
Battle royale style nonary game. They're gonna... Where we dropping, boys? We're dropping. Each round will be one-on-one battle, mano a mano, or mano a womano. Well, there are two people in each pair, aren't there? So it'll be more of a 2-on-1 battle, I guess. Now, I imagine you're all wondering who your opponents is going to be. It's actually really easy. You'll be competing against whoever you're paired up with to go through the chromatic doors. For example, Ziggy and Fido paired up with Mooney. And went, oh, because her name is Luna, and Luna means moon.
Yes.
Ah, cute. Ziggy and Fido paired up with Mooney and went through the magenta door, didn't they? That means that Ziggy and Fido will be playing against Mooney. And it goes the other way, too. Mooney's opponent will be Ziggy and Fido. Yeah, obviously. Obviously, that means Potassium and Cleaver's enemy will be, alas,
Potassium. That's my
Potassium.
favorite nickname.
Hamiyoji?
K.
K. Oh, vitamin K. Oh,
K is
Zero.
potassium in the
Yeah,
periodic
vitamin
table.
K. Yeah, K is potassium in the periodic table.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the
Zero's so
big brain
clever.
nickname. I like that one the most.
Big brain, Zero. And Bio and Quark's enemy will be Tenmioldi. Well, I guess enemy isn't really the right word, is it? After all, if you choose ally, then they're your ally. What? Don't get it? Well, don't worry. Just listen while Zero the Third explains it all. My favorite 90s sitcom. Zero the Third explains it all.
Oh no.
First, I want everybody to focus on the screen on the device in the back of the room. You should see A, ally, and B, betray on it, don't you? All you guys have to do is pick. Just pick one of those easy options. Your BP will go up or down, depending on what you pick. It's a little complicated, and some of you are a little slow, so I made this handy chart. Oh no. Oh
Yeah.
no. It's the prisoner's dilemma?
You knew the prisoner's dilemma was somewhere in the series.
I didn't know it was here. The plus and zero are from your
Plus
point
and
of view.
minus.
I'm sorry. The plus and minus are from your point of view. Stop correcting me, ChatJV. I know what I'm reading. So, let's say you choose ally, and so does your opponent. You'll get to VP, and so will they, and you'll all get a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling inside. We call that the best pals outcome. Just puts a smile on your face, doesn't it? Next is what you get if you choose ally, but your opponent chooses to betray. If that happens, you lose 2 BP, and they get 3. We call that the stupid jerkface option of outcome. Sorry that somebody did that to me. If somebody did that to me, I'd skin them and stew them with some taters. The third choice is the opposite of that. It's when you choose to betray, but your nice, innocent opponent chooses ally. This time, you're the one who gets 3 BP, and they're the one who loses too. We call that the serves him right outcome. I mean, what were they thinking? Choosing ally was a stupid choice, and there's nothing for you to feel guilty about. I thought the other option was a stupid jerkface option, which you should feel bad about because they're a stupid jerkface.
Yeah, but if
Listen.
you're the one doing the betraying,
Oh, then it's fine. It's fine. As long as you're doing the betraying. And finally, the very last scenario. This is when you choose betray, and so does your opponent. If that happens, neither of you gets or loses anything. Absolutely 0 change in BP. Ugh. Boring. We call this the why even bother outcome. As the game master here, this is a situation I want to avoid the most. You're probably wondering about the pairs, aren't you? Well, let me explain. Remember how I told you that both people in a pair share destiny? Well, That applies here too. The two of you only get one vote. You get to choose once between ally or betray. That doesn't mean you split your points though. You both get 3 points or lose 2 points or whatever. In other words, what you see on this chart is what you get. Okay. Okay then. I think that about does it for the basic rules. Well, actually, there's a little bit more, but that'll just have to wait, I guess. After all, it's almost time.
Hey, wait.
No, I won't wait, and I can't wait. Did you hear me? It is time.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
You see, it's time for me to be hopping on out of here. See you later. Have a nice trouble. I don't get it.
Like, have a nice trip.
Trouble and trip? I don't.
They both being a TR.
I guess. We don't have time to talk about this. Choose betray.
What? You're kidding. You really want me to betray Luna?
We don't know if she'll ally or not. If we choose ally and she chooses betray, we're screwed. It's a loss of 2 points. You tell me, Sigma. What's 3 minus 2?
What kind of idiot do you think I am? It's 1, obviously.
Exactly. If our BPs go down to 1, it's over. Outcry came into the room and started flossing. So?
Wait. What do you mean by it's over? 30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Just press the damn button!
You're hiding something. Yeah, you've been suspicious from the get-go. I mean, how do you know my name? Or how about when we found out that old lady's body? You didn't even blink. Are you good? Can you hear?
Yeah, I'm here. Just goofing.
Almost like you knew she would be here. Look, I don't want to believe it, but did you? Are you?
Fine. If you won't do it, then I...
Don't think so. I'm not gonna move until you give me some answers. If I don't do anything, it'll just vote ally for us anyway. So let's hear it. What are you hiding? What's it's over supposed to mean? 10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
When your BP hits 0, you die. That's what I meant.
1. What are we voting?
Oh, we're gonna ally.
Ally?
Yeah, I don't care. Luna's a sweetheart.
You trust her?
If everybody votes ally, we're all gonna win. Like, I don't understand what's the argument.
If everybody votes ally.
Listen, I would vote ally.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
And I
Results.
hate that people would abuse me for my generosity and kindness.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Listen, if Luna betrays me right now, my entire faith in just who I am as a person is going to shatter.
As Fi and I step out of the AB room, I could see the others running toward the monitor, shoving and pushing to get closer. Tenmyoju is left behind, his footsteps a slow, heavy plod. What had happened to make him like that?
What was that, Sigma?
Huh?
Don't play dumb. You chose ally. Didn't you hear me? I told you that if your BP drops to 0, you die.
Yeah, I heard you. Whole second before the deadline. How can you expect me to think anything through that quick? Would have taken like half a second just to process what you'd said.
No, you could have done it.
Hmm?
The brain's processing power increases during a crisis. It starts working so fast that a second can seem like an eternity.
That is actually technically true.
Yeah. Your brain was doing that right before time right now, wasn't it? Well, am I wrong?
What the hell are you talking about? Okay, fine, let's be generous and say hypothetically that you're right about this crisis overclocking thing. How do you know whether or not my brain was doing that? Did you crack open my skull while I wasn't looking? Just wedge a microscope in there and have a look at my neurons? Let me be straight with you. Your shit is whack. Like hella whack.
Who says that?
In 2028, that's slang. I mean, you just
Who
know
talks like that?
you just know stuff you shouldn't. People in 2028.
I guess so.
Stuff like my name or how if your BP hits 0, you die. You told me you don't know why, but more and more I'm starting to think you've been lying to me.
Yo, what's up? Ziggy! Fido! Hey! What are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results! Let's go. Time to see what the results are. Maybe it's different this time.
Huh? This time. Hey. Bye, hold on. Shit.
Oh, this time. Oh, they're not gonna catch that one. Let's slip that one by me. Let's slip that one by me. She got Junpei syndrome. See, jumping timelines. Good. Looks like you're all here. Finally. Let's get ready to rock. Ambidex game. Round 1. The results. If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor. What did
Betray,
we
ally.
do?
Betray,
Get
ally.
over.
Ally. Ally.
Oh yeah, but how dare Clover betray Alice? They're besties. How dare they? Dio and Quark betrayed Temioji? What? Here are the results of your game. Now let us check the numbers on our bracelets. I cannot believe the audacity of Kay and Clover. They're friends.
Thanks, Luna.
Oh, no, it's nothing. You don't have to thank me. I only did what anybody would have done. I believed in you and Phi. See? How would you betray that? How would you betray that?
When Luna glanced away, I threw Phi what could only be described as a smug grin.
Can't stand anybody who
Rather
betray.
Rather frustratingly, she didn't respond, only turned away unperturbed. I was about to press the issue when I heard Tenmyoji's voice. Quark! What happened? No, it wasn't me. Mr. Dio tricked me. He told me he'd pick Ally. He promised. That's why I let him do the voting. Is this true, Dio? You serious? This kid's full of shit. What? I didn't do squat. Quark was the one who decided how we were gonna vote. You wanna know what he told me? You just leave the voting to me, Mr. Dio. Grandpa's gonna choose Allied for sure, because I'm his opponent on this one. I think we should betray.
Oh my god.
To be honest, I'm getting kind of tired of that grumpy old bastard.
Excuse me?
He's had a good life. It's time for him to go.
What?
What do you say we leave the old fart here and leave? I've got a plan, see? Don't worry about me. I'll just tell him you tricked me. He'll believe whatever I tell him. Besides, if you still trust me, that'll make it easier to use him again later. What do you say, Mr. Dio? Pretty good plan, huh? Alright, let's do it. You're lying! I never should have trusted you. Theo, you're a lying jerk.
Oh my gosh.
Sure, kid, keep whining. See if I care. Grandpa, you believe me, right? Don't let this brat fool you, old man. All this is just part of his plan. You bastard! I'm not gonna let you get away with this. It's enough, Quark. Don't lose your temper. How long have I known you? I could be deaf and blind, and I'd still know if you were lying to me. Really? Heh, you're just as gullible as you said you'd be. Hook, line, and sinker. Let me give you a little warning, Tenmyoji. That little shit is a hell of an actor. I'll bet you money he's a born con man. I don't know what he is to you, but if I were you, I'd trust the kid as far as I could throw him. And at your age, that can't be much. Hey there, Dragon. You hearing me, old man? Keep an eye on him.
Dragon, this is wild.
We're nearing the end of stream, Dragon.
Yeah, you've also missed my stellar Zero the Third voice acting.
Yeah, you gotta watch the VOD. He's, given that Inheritance has never heard Zero the Third, he did a pretty good job of capturing that.
It's all right. I understand. I'm so sorry.
I apologize. This is very unfortunate. Looks as though another argument had taken place while Quark and Dio were fighting. Whatever had been about it appeared to have resolved itself.
The past is the past. There's no point complaining about it. I'll just have to try and get those points back in the next AB game. Zero, when does the next round start? What makes you think we'll be having another round? Well, you said round 1. There's a round 1, and there's likely a round 2.
Besides, didn't you say the goal of the AB game was to get 9 BP? That's impossible without a second round.
Yeah, I guess you've got a point. You're right. There will be a second round. When? I don't know. Why not? The voting happens when the AB gate opens. They're already open. Right you are. So let me just close them.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 2 of the Ambidex game will be the Moon round. Moon cards will be required to open the gates.
Oh, because there were sun cards.
Moon cards? Does that mean we can't use these cards anymore since they got suns on them?
Yes, indeedy. Now you have to look for cards with moons on them.
Yeah, I heard, Dragon. So, how many times do we play the AB game?
I don't know. As many times as you need to. It's anybody's guess how long it'll go. But I plan on keeping this party going until somebody opens the number 9 door.
So it's over when someone gets 9 BP.
Nope. As long as that person doesn't open the number 9 door, the game goes on. Of course, you could also get stuck just below 9 BP where every bunny just keeps going back and forth, winning and losing points. After all, if there's no bunny with 9 BP, the door can't open. If that happens, you'll just have to continue on to round 3, and round 4, and round 5, round 100, round 2000. You might even go all the way up to round 24,009,004,897! Although I really hope it doesn't come to that.
Nobody will live to that. Hey, can I ask you something?
I don't know. Can you?
There's rules about who can go into the secondary doors, right? Like, you have to have 3 people exactly.
Yeah? So?
Well, what about the number 9 door? Are the rules the same?
Nope. There aren't any rules about how many people can go through that door. It could be one person, or two people, or even all 9 of you. There is one thing though, Siggy. All that stuff about how you have to have 3 people to go through the secondary chromatic doors. Maybe it's not 100% true.
What? What do you mean?
Well, you can open the door with just 1 or 2 people, if you want. That's not what you told us. Well, I didn't want to make things complicated.
Then explain it now.
Just use the bracelets. What? How? Clover, you've been in these games before. You know what he means.
The rule's a little different.
Yeah, but when he says just use the bracelet, immediately she should be like, oh, he means do a murder.
This timeline, she never did a murder.
Oh, you're right. Golden timeline. She never did a murder. But she did grab the 0 bracelet from the captain.
True.
So she knows. There's a lot of scanners. There's a sort of scanner between the 2 doors. It checks to see if the right people are going through. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's scanning the people. So it's scanning the bracelets then. Ding ding ding! As long as the scanner sees the right combination of bracelets, it doesn't matter how many people there are.
But wait, hold on a minute. Do these things even come off?
Oh, yes. They do indeed.
Then how do I take it off?
Well, there's 2 ways. The first is to get your heartbeat to the second.
No.
The second is to get to the number
No.
9 door. Sorry. The first is to get to the number 9 door and escape. As soon as you're out, the bracelet unlocks by itself.
What's the second way?
You die. Sorry.
Hey, 0, wake up, will ya? What's the second way?
Oh. B.O. I think you already know.
What?
Do you really want to get rid of that bracelet?
Of course I do.
Oh, well, I see. It's easy. Nothing to it, really. You die. Ba-ba-ba. Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses. You know what an electrocardiogram is, right? Technically, it's a machine that grabs the electric current flowing across the myocardium. But you probably...
Oops. Oops.
A little too much.
Trying to
But
speed
you
it
probably
up.
know it as the thing in the hospital with the little light that goes beep, beep, beep when somebody dies on a TV show. Anyway, the point is that you can detect the electricity that your heart makes by pumping blood. Your fancy little bracelets pick up on that. They're always watching. So when that signal goes away, the lock on the bracelet releases, right? Yep. So there you go. The second way. Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off. Apart from that, there's no other way to get the bracelet off. If you try something harebrained, like trying to break them or something, you'll all be disobeying the rules. I don't think I need to remind you what happens when you do that. But if you're lucky, you might get to see a few of them come off during the next round. Oops. I guess it's not going to be very lucky for some of you, huh?
Next round.
Yep. What do you mean? Well, do I have to explain everything? Some money might die during the next round of the AB game. There, that's pretty clear, right? If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Temioldi or alas, one or the other. Or it might be both of them.
What?
Why am I going to die? I guess I can tell you why. Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized, just like when you break the rules. I'm pretty sure I already told you what the penalty is.
You mean that the needles in our bracelets are gonna activate and we'll die?
Correct. Siggy, full marks.
So, if I had been right, but how had she known before Zero told us? I see. Alice and I only have 1 BP. That means that we'd have less than 0 if we lost 2 points.
What? What the hell? This is important stuff. Why didn't you tell us about this earlier? Sorry. Sorry's not gonna cut it. I thought you were supposed to tell us the rules, not hide them. Well, is there anything else you're conveniently left out? It's not fair to make people play a game without explaining all the rules. I think it's fair. After all, it's not like anybody else knew. Right? Right, Fido? Yeah. I guess so.
I took a moment to go over everything in my head. The AB game would continue until someone opened the number 9 door. There were no rules about how many people could or couldn't pass through the number 9 door. That meant it was possible for everyone to escape. Secondary chromatic doors could be opened by any number of people as long as you had the right bracelets. The bracelets would only unlock under 2 conditions: if you left the building or if your heart stopped. If your BP hit 0, the needles in your bracelet would activate, killing you.
Oh, one last thing. The next set of chromatic doors you'll be going through are downstairs. You already saw them, right? There should have been 3: red, blue, and green. That means that to get through, you'll need bracelets in cyan, magenta, and yellow. But wait, you've already got those bracelets. Have a look. The color changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, it did change. Mine changed from red to cyan.
Me too. Mine's cyan now. Mine too. Wait. I guess the colors weren't the only thing that changed. You switched from pair to solo. You're right. Mine switched from solo to pair.
Mine is now a solo as well. Looks like mine's changed too. I've gone from solo to pair. I'm still a pair. 3 of us seem to be magenta now as well.
I'm yellow. And it still says solo. Pi, you and Dio are yellow now too, right? Yeah.
Looks like I'm a pair. When did they change?
Back when the AB gate closed. As soon as the gate's closed, your color gets all shuffled up automatically. The parent solo assignments hop around a bit too. And of course, it's totally random. No rules or anything. Now, with all that explained, I must bid you adieu. Sadly, we may never meet again. Why is this sad music playing?
Because he's sad, and I'm gonna read it again.
Well, there's not really anything for me to facilitate anymore. I mean, you guys are good for me, right? I'll never see you guys again. What? Did you really think I was gonna cry? Suckers! As if I'd cry over you dummies.
What the? You fucking dick.
You mad? Anyway, good luck. This is so such a product of its time. You mad? Anyway, good luck. I may be gone, but I'm always watching. Maybe I'll see you again someday. Have a nice tragedy.
This is probably a
So-
good spot to.
We're gonna put an X over the rabbit.
The little piece of shit. We'll start with that next time.
And with that,